Good morning, everyone. We'd like to thank you all for joining us today as part of our inaugural Tagunya Virtual Forum. We greatly appreciate everyone who has joined us for this presentation, and we hope the information shared during this presentation is beneficial to you and your team after you leave here today. My name is Kelly Porter, one of the sales team's member here at Tagunya, and I will be your moderator for this presentation. It will be for approximately 45 minutes with a 15-minute Q&A at the end. We do encourage that you ask questions, as this is ultimately about providing you as much information as possible. All questions are to be asked in the Q&A chat, which you can find on the right side of your screen, and we will review and answer each question at the end if they were not already answered during the presentation. Again, this is all about you guys, so please ask questions, and we'll make sure to get through them throughout the presentation and provide as much information to you all as possible. Now, without further delay, I want to introduce to you now one of our business analysts here at Tagunya, Kenya Williams.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the final day of the inaugural Tagunya Virtual Forum. We're excited to have you here. Thank you, Kelly, for that great introduction. Before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. As it says, my name is Kenya, just like the country. I'm a business analyst here with Tagunya, a little bit under a year, but I absolutely love what I do, and I'm excited to have this opportunity to talk to you about getting your reports mobile ready. I've been doing data analysis and report building for the better part of the last decade, and Power BI mobile reports really has changed the way that people are getting their data and getting their insights, and how they're working with that data to help their business. So really excited to talk about it. Like Kelly said, we've got about 45 minutes of content, so we're going to go through quite a bit. I'm going to go through a live demonstration here in just a little bit. And as Kelly said, he'll be monitoring the chat session. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the chat window, and he'll collect them so we can get them answered for you. Also, please let us know what knowledge you hope to leave with. So if there's something we don't answer, we can hopefully add it for the next presentation. So we'll go ahead and start there. All right. Whoop. So as I said, today we're going to talk about Power BI Mobile. We're going to give you an introduction to Power BI Mobile. And we're going to talk about some of the use cases, some possible scenarios. And it's just Power BI is just great. We're going to show you designing reports and dashboards for mobile use. We're going to walk through, like I said, a couple of practical examples. And there's a couple different ways we can get there, and a couple different outcomes you get for building those Power BI mobile apps. So it's going to be very cool. And then finally, using the Power BI mobile app itself, we'll go through a couple demonstrations of the different features and the different capabilities you have through the app itself. So I'm kind of excited here. So as I said, Power BI is an outstanding tool for creating self-service reports and analytic dashboards. It's a great way to share those important data insights with your colleagues. So my first thought is, have you thought about putting those insights into their hands with their existing mobile device? A quick question for folks out there right now: how many of you are using Power BI mobile apps currently, where you've actually designed it for mobile, or are we just using the plain reports and dashboards as they come through on the mobile app? So those are a couple things we're going to look at, like the difference between that, the landscape layout, if you will, and actually having it customized and optimized for a mobile device. Power BI has mobile apps for iOS, Android, Windows 10 mobile devices, and you can connect to and interact with your cloud and on-premise data that way. You can show your executive team a mobile-friendly look at their daily sales reports, for example, so they can begin to formulate game plan for continuing yesterday's success or continuing the year's success, or overcoming yesterday's obstacles before they get into Clash of Clans or Pokemon GO for the day, right? So we spend 90% of our time on mobile devices in apps, just 10% on the web. So that's a drastic change from about 5 years ago. It was more like we spent about 40% of our time in applications and about 60% on the web through our home computers. So it's the mobile industry drastically changed the way that we use our time and how we view our world. Some of the places that I use my phone, if I have a doctor's appointment, if I'm waiting for picking the kids up at school, waiting in line, not while commuting. I mean, while commuting, if you're in a ride share or if you take a subway or the bus to work, but not while you're driving. That's not what I mean while commuting. In fact, some of us even have to check our phones during work for work purposes. Maybe you're on a break and you want to check in on your team. Also, I find that for me to kind of get settled for the day, I have to check my phone right before I go to bed, look through my emails, look at my calendar, see what's up next for tomorrow, and sort of get ready for that day. I know that there's several people that I've worked with, that I do work with, that check their phone first thing in the morning. They'll check it throughout the day. They want to see how a segment of business is going, or they want to see how their sales team was doing throughout the day. So it's something that we're going to be constantly looking through our phone. So why not use it to help us with our business? So learning to use your mobile for Power BI purposes. Excuse me. If you have, let's say, for example, you have end users, you have sales team as your end users, and they're going to visit customers, or sales reps that are visiting customers, and you want to be able to get the data to them, then the mobile app's perfect for that. It gives you that ability to be able to see your data when or wherever that you want. We don't need to know that almost every website has an app, right? So in recent years, those apps are also gaining popularity in popular business management. Some of those things that we use those apps for, checking inventory availability, and this is where the Power BI mobile apps come in really handy. There is the ability to set up barcodes within your Power BI reports and carry those barcodes through to the mobile app, and then you can use your mobile phone like a scanner. So let's see, for example, a company I worked with, their main product was inventory management, right? So they would handle books and music and videos for a popular retailer, and as their representatives would go in and they could have the Power BI mobile app attached to the same reports that they were seeing in the office, that their head office was using, those same Power BI reports and dashboards that they were using, they were able to get on their mobile app. And one of the things they could do with that mobile app is, for example, go through their music selection and see which CDs were selling or which ones were not selling. They could see when inventory was coming and going, and better service their customer and better be able to relate how the business was going. You can monitor web traffic on your website. If you are, say, doing marketing, if you just put out an email campaign and you stepped away for lunch, you can use that Power BI mobile app, if the report is built, to see how that campaign is going. And let's say while you're at lunch, something breaks and all of a sudden you see that traffic die, or you see the traffic start to spike and you know that there's a problem. So you can get back, you can cut lunch a little bit short and take care of that. In a hospital setting or in a medical setting, you can see updated patient vitals. This one's really cool. So just like you can set up a barcode for inventory or for a product, you can also set it up for patients. Now, the Microsoft Trust Center is absolutely HIPAA compliant, so this absolutely works with that. You can look more up on that in the Microsoft documentation on the Microsoft Trust Home. And as a caregiver, you can come in with that mobile app and you can scan the barcode that's on their wristlet and have that patient's information directly in front of you right away. If you're in sales and you have a sales team and you want to make sure that they're taking advantage, it's the end of the month and you have goals that you're trying to crush along with your enemies, and you want to watch those sales team, you want to watch your team closely and see if there's any of those sales deals that you can help them with. That's definitely another reason you could use Power BI Mobile. So, I'm giving you some scenarios here, but I'm sure that you can come up with some of your very own use cases. And if you have some of those, or if you're just not sure how Power BI Mobile could help your business or in your scenario, please feel free to put it in the questions section, the comment section, and we'll see if we can't make a correlation to that. Depending on your job role, you may be someone who designs reports. You may be someone who consumes or uses reports. So you may have an idea that somebody else hasn't thought of yet for how a Power BI mobile app, how a Power BI report on the go could help you with managing your business or managing your day better. So again, you get data insights at your fingertips. It's available through the App Store, Google Play, Microsoft, available for iPhones, iPads, the Android phone, Android tablets. It's available for Windows 10 devices, so not even necessarily a Windows, or excuse me, an Android or an Apple phone, but even Windows 10 devices like the Google Pixel 2, the Motorola has their own line as well. So you can access that data anywhere, anytime, be able to securely access it because you're using your, you have to have that. There is the need for either consumers or publishers to have that Power BI Pro license. So you're going to be logging into your Power BI. It increases your ability to be productive, to manage your time, grab those insights while you're on the go, grab the insights while you're waiting on the train, going to see a customer, and rather than bringing in your whole laptop or bring in your tablet. You can bring your tablet at that point. You can access your full reports. You can use the mobile reports. using your phone just for a quick visit to say, hey, if you're a salesperson, you're on a route, you can use your Power BI mobile application to help you kind of lay out that route, because it'll show you if you have it set up for that. If you have a map, for example, which we'll take a look at, you can put a map into your mobile app, into your report, pin it to your dashboard, and there's geopositioning available. So you can find the client or the customer of the business that's closest to you and sort of plan out your route for that day. And really gives you the power to share those same data insights, to share data on the go, to share thoughts about that data on the go as well. We're going to take a look at the annotation feature, which is really cool. So you can look at the Power BI mobile apps as you're looking through the mobile app, as you're looking at your report, as you're looking at your dashboard. You can actually go in and annotate it, put in your own notes, put in your own comments and drawings, and then share it with your colleagues to say, hey, let's take a look at this, or what's going on with this. So we'll look at that a little bit more in depth as well. But again, just some really cool things that you can do just off the top. So we're going to get into designing reports and dashboards for mobile use. A dashboard is usually a single page, whereas a report is usually one or more pages. So the report is going to have a single, you're going to have a single data set, a single source of truth for that report. You can build those reports in Power BI Desktop. You can, very similar dashboards and reports, you can have people subscribe to them. But the report is more of the in-depth look. It's more of the detailed look at it, whereas the dashboard allows you to put your story together how you want to visualize it. As an end user, you can pin different elements of different reports to a single dashboard. So it is limited to one page, but if it's designed well, it can highlight the story that you're trying to tell with that one page. And you can have as many dashboards as you want in your own personal workspace. You can build those. So let's say you have a report that goes through several pages to cover all of your C-level executives. You have sales information, you have finance information, you have the company information overall. Each of those people, as long as they have that access to the Power BI web service, which is logging in and having that Power BI Pro license, could go into that report and pin the different elements that they want to see that are specific to them to their dashboard. So, and then always get those insights. And then from that dashboard, you can also go back into the report itself and get a little bit more of the detailed information. So I'm going to pause here for just a second. And what I want to do is, I'm hoping this works right. So I have my phone connected. Dun, 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 dun. Of course, it didn't work. So I wanted to go to the mobile version here, and you can see up in the corner, I'm using the AirBeam TV here to broadcast my Apple iPhone here, and it's deciding it wants to be a little picky today. That's okay. I did have it connected, but it decides that it didn't like my timing. So bear with me here for just a moment. So what I want to do is I want to connect to pardon me. I want to connect to my phone, kind of show you what that looks like. Oh, sorry about that. I stopped sharing there for a moment. There we go. So let me stop this for just a minute. Nope. Not what I wanted to do.
No problem. We do have a question.
Sure, go for it. While I'm
Okay.
sorting through my data here, absolutely.
I was gonna say this may be a good time as any. So it was a really great question. It's got a couple of different pieces to it, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you break it down on how you want to answer it.
Okay, give me just
Sure. Yeah.
2 seconds. Go for it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It says, can you elaborate on the license multipurposing? And if they have web, mobile app on iPhone, mobile app on iPad, is that just one license for that person, or they can use all three licenses at the same time?
Great question. Great question. So I can elaborate on the licensing. It is just one license per person. So the license is tied into your login. So I have a Power BI license. I can use the Power BI desktop. I can view the reports through or reports and dashboards through my Power BI desktop. I also downloaded the app from the Apple Store, and it was free. But again, in order to view my reports, I have my Power BI license inside, or I've tied it into my email. So I sign in with my email and my password, and now I have it on my phone as well. And just like your Gmail, anywhere that you have it, anywhere that you have access to it, you can get it. But it's still that one license for the Power BI Pro, and it's pretty. I think it's $10 per user. I think it's still $10 per user. That covers most of your higher end uses. So developing reports, publishing reports to the Power BI web service, being able to share those reports, all the things that we're going to talk about today. So yes, it's only one license that gives you the multi-use, so you can use it on any of those devices. I just switched. So I was in DC last year. I'm laughing now, but I wasn't then. On my way to the airport, I caught an Uber to the airport. I was looking at Power BI mobile app. I was looking at a sales report at that time, and I was a little bit, not gonna lie, a little bit upset by it. So I put the phone down and was thinking about how I'm going to address the things that I saw in that report. And then we got to the airport. I grabbed my bags, grabbed my overnight bag and my backpack, got out and said bye to the Uber driver, checked in through security, and realized that I left my Windows phone in the cab. So again, I had to switch phones. I had an iPhone. When I got home, I immediately was able to, log into all my same programs, all my same devices. Ooh. It really wants to interact here. Sorry about that, folks. So yes, that the license works across devices, and it's eligible as long as the one user has that license. They can use it wherever they need to. Do we have another question, Kelly?
Not at the moment. We do not.
Okay.
But there may be something that you could elaborate on from some of the things that you covered. I know sometimes whenever you're going through some of these with other clients and other customers, there's some commonly occurring problems or questions that people have.
Sure. No. Let's see. Really, I'm actually going to elaborate as I go through, as I continue on here. We're going to hopefully view my phone here so we can see. I'm not sharing again, am I? I'm sorry.
No problem. Gotta love technology, right? Finicky like a cat,
There we go. All right. So, It is first thing in the morning for me. That's not an excuse. It should not be an excuse. I apologize, folks. This happens when you do it live. You're going to run into some hiccups. But this is my Power BI home. So I'm logged in. It has my quick access. It has different reports, different things that I've viewed in the past short time. It also has things that I've looked at recently.
Kenya, it looks like I'm only seeing your desktop at the moment.
No, that is not screen 3. Oh my
Nice
goodness.
image though. It's making me want to go camping.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. It should be this one.
It's okay. And just a reminder, folks, I went ahead and put in the chat a way to connect with us. We are going to have these videos on demand as well on our website here within the next couple of weeks. So, but we also want to give you the opportunity to reach out to us directly because, like we said, sometimes with technology these things happen, right? But we're definitely here to continue the education and the training. So if you want to reach out to us after the fact today and kind of continue on with this conversation, we'd be happy to do that as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we post this one, can we reshoot it? Can we do this again? I'm kidding. So up here at the top, so now you should be able to see
we gotcha.
my mobile device. This is my, this is my little iPhone. So I'm going to go into my Power BI, and here on the quick access screen, you can see I've got the sales and marketing sample, a company report. These are all frequent things that I've gone through. And I've got recents. I can go over here to activity, and I can see some of the things. There we go. Going on with those same reports or anything that I have interest in. So you'll see report was refreshed. There's an app that was updated. So it gives me those kind of insights. But really what I want to go to right now is down here at the bottom. This little icon here is where my workspaces are. And a workspace is basically, it's just a container to hold the different reports and data sets. Well, you won't see the data sets on the mobile device, but reports and dashboards that you can organize them a little bit. So I want to go to my workspace here, and look, I clicked on my screen trying to click on my phone. I'm amazing. So you'll see I have one dashboard in here. It's the sales dashboard, which we're going to take a look at. And then in reports, right, I can look at either one. I've got a company report. And you'll see there's a little difference here. So the dashboard has a little circle, has a thermometer or an accelerator we've chosen as its icon. But over here on reports, this one has the Power BI logo plus a little phone. That means that has a mobile view ready. So what we're going to look at right here is making a dashboard. So as I said on our dashboard here, we don't have a mobile view, but we're going to look at building one from our from the desktop version, right? So we're going to take a break from that for just a moment here. And you'll see, actually, before I do that, let's just go into the sales dashboard here. So you can see I go into the sales dashboard on my phone. It takes a little bit to update, and hey, look, it takes me right where I want. Do I have questions about my data? I can get fresh insights from the Q&A virtual analyst. So I can go in here to the Q&A, and it tells me, hi, I'm your virtual analyst. And basically this is AI intelligence here asking me or looking at my data that I have on my dashboard and giving me insights into it. So let's say I want to see the featured insights. So I'm just asking it for the featured insights. So it's going to tell me, of course, there's a correlation between the postcode and the city. I would expect that. Sales accounts for all of the sales amount actual. I expect that. The debit amount is trending downwards. That's interesting. There's clusters for quantity and total sales when they're grouped by date, except for that date. Interesting. And those are my two highest selling products, the 1896-S and the 1996-S. So those are some things that in this simple demonstration, in this simple dashboard that the Q&A has told me about. Let's see what insights it can give me for the remaining amount for the last calendar. There's outliers. Ooh, look at that. And then it gives me, I'm sorry, I don't know how clear that is for you. Let's see, can I make it? There we go. So it gave me a little chart and it's showing me the outliers for our debit in this particular area, which is kind of cool. So that's just some of the things you can do with the Q&A. We'll come back to that here in a little bit. We'll also look at the annotate feature. But getting back to the sales dashboard, so here's a couple of visuals I've pinned to this dashboard. I've made the sales dashboard and a couple of visuals I want to follow as a salesperson, for example, would be my top 10 customers by sales and my sales by salesperson. And if I choose to click on that visual, then it makes it a little bit bigger. And it shows me some better insight there. So I'm able to see a bigger version of that chart and able to interact with it so I can focus on a particular vertical. I can see the amounts. If I long press, it'll actually give me the detailed dollar amount. My fat grubby fingers aren't working today. Let's see if we can do it here. There it is. Oh, it's giving me the amount up in the top. I apologize. So up in the top amount there, you can see for Ian, his sales for this period were 102,558. And again, this is all made up. This is demonstration data, so I'm not divulging any company secrets here. The other cool thing is when I turn it sideways, it automatically goes into that landscape mode. So I've turned my phone sideways and it gives us that wider look at it. Turning it back to the horizontal, it comes back up to that that mobile view that we're used to. And so we can go back here, go back to the sales dashboard. And again, I've only got a couple of elements pinned in here, but we're going to walk through a couple more. We're going to walk through adding a couple more and designing this how we want to. All right, so let's take a step away from that, and we're going to go to, pardon me here. So we're going to go to our here we go. Perfect. So I'm going to go online to my Power BI app. I've logged in, I'm at my home, and you'll see, again, mirroring pretty much what I have on my phone, what I'm getting from my mobile app. So I'm going to go into my workspace, and there's that sales dashboard. So again, I've only got a couple of elements added here, right? Looks like I needed to refresh it because it should have shown me all of those, but I may not have them pinned to my mobile view. That's the problem is. So I can go in here. So this is my dashboard. You'll see I have a couple of different visuals here that we didn't see on my mobile version. And what I can do is go up here and go right into my mobile view from a dashboard. And you'll see exactly what I saw on my phone. And that's my sales dashboard. These are those elements that I've pinned that I want to see. So actually, I'm a stickler. I want to see my company logo on. So I can actually unpin these and move them around. So what I want to do is go up here. So let's say I want to add my logo. So I add my Tagunya logo. I'm just going to take it to the top right there. I can resize these if I want to make them a little bit bigger. Cool. And I want to see my sales by salesperson first because that's more important to me. And then let's see. I like this other graph. I want to use this one for my top 5 customers. So with this one in there, I just again pin it. And it goes in there, and I can make it smaller. I can make it bigger. I can expand it so it shows me all 5 at once. And now I've got a different look for that for the phone view, right? So if we go back to, and when we go back to the phone view, you'll see that it's been updated. So we'll take a look at that here in a little bit. In fact, I'm looking at it right now. It's already updated. Again, my choice for screen mirroring has decided that there's other things that I can do better with my time than screen share through my phone. So we're going to go back through here. So again, to switch it back to that web view, you can do that right here. We've already updated our phone view to include our logo and a different visual that we wanted to see. Well, what if we want to add more visuals to this dashboard? Well, again, this is a dashboard that I'm controlling, that I've set up for me using other reports. As a matter of fact, let's go here to workspaces, and I've got a sample set up here for a marketing and sales dashboard and a marketing and sales report. So I want to go to the marketing and sales report, and you'll see here. So this is a report. So I've got multiple pages. I've got lots of in-depth information. We can look at all these different things that we want to. Here we have, we're going to pin that for later. We'll put that on our sales one so we can show some geocaching. I want to put it, I can put it on that dashboard. That's fine. We've got some other things here, and see, as I pin something to the dashboard, it says, hey, it's been pinned to your dashboard. You can now create a mobile view for it if you want to. Oh, it went away. So let's say I want to pin it from dashboard from here, right? I can do that. So I just need to select the visual. I want to add sentiment. And I go to little pin the visual to my marketing and sales. And now if I say create the phone view, it'll take me to that dashboard. It even tells me now in the phone version, it'll automatically appear that way. So here's, it's recognized, Power BI recognizes that I'm pinning things to a dashboard, and I've said now that I want to put it into a phone view. So now it's giving me the option of all of those tiles that were in that dashboard to add to my mobile view. So it's kind of cool. Let's see if we can add that. So again, I can organize this however I want. Let's say we want to do that one and the market share. And so again, I can come in here, I can resize it. I can move it up and down if I want to. I want to take this one here and I'm going to make it smaller so I can put it right next to the other one. Not that small. And so you have the ability to customize that dashboard view or that mobile view for your dashboard. Super cool. Let's say I want to make this a little bit bigger. Yeah. The United States are small. We need to see them bigger. And so you can come in here and you can customize that view. Say, maybe I don't want the sentiment by month. Maybe I want to add in the total units year to date. Cool, I'm done. And now that view will show up in the mobile view. And I can take you to that and we can see that as well. So just a couple different ways you can move your workspaces around. You can create the dashboards. Oops. So that dashboard in my sample, there's my marketing and sales dashboard. Yep. So I've got that all pinned to my marketing and sales dashboard. got other pieces down here. Here's the 2 that I added. And now that's ready for my mobile view. You can see now we're going to go to my workspace. And before we switch back to the mobile phone, I'm going to show you another one. So here's a report. And for this report, I also have a mobile view available. Unfortunately, in this, for the report, I cannot view this report in the mobile version. I can only create it to a dashboard. So this report actually has a mobile view that you can build inside the desktop version that allows you to create the same thing that you're doing with the dashboards on the go. You can actually do it inside the program itself. So I'm going to do that really quickly here. And we're getting close. So here we are inside the mobile view itself, or excuse me, the the desktop Power BI, and I want to take a look at the view here. So what I can do is I can go up to my view tab, and right here it says mobile layout. I can click on mobile layout, and there again I have a picture of what my mobile layout's going to look like. And I'm going to go back to the phone version here in just a sec, and we'll look at this report also in the phone view. But this is exactly what they're seeing. So you can see it's got all my visuals on there, kind of plain. I'm a stickler. I like to have my reports branded with my company logo. So I'm just gonna move this down here, and I'm gonna move my title down. Whoop. So again, it's drag and drop, and take my Tagunya logo, stick it right up here at the top, grab a corner. And now I can organize it how I want. I can even interact with this in my report. So I've got a date slicer here that I can interact with through my mobile version as well, which is super cool. I've got a couple of detail charts here for my AP aging and AR aging that when I hover over these in my real report, which I'll show you in just a second. So I've made this change to the mobile view, mobile layout. Cool. Now I'm going to switch off of it. No change made to this report at all. But see here, I've got these detail charts where if I hover over the chart, it pops up this other one that does that in the mobile view as well. It's super cool. So you've got a couple of different options there for how we build it out, how we build out the mobile. The dashboard allows each consumer to design their own mobile experience. And then you also have it in the report itself where you can create a mobile view for them to look at. And again, it's just more of a static view at that point. So let's take a look at the changes we made. Let's do that. So we're going to go away from here. So we're going to try this one more time, folks. And so minimize those. And see if we can't connect here real quick. Perfect. There we go. Oh, nope, didn't like my answers. So while we're connecting, did we have any other questions come through at this time, Kelly? I'm
We
trying to connect
did.
this.
We did. We've had quite a few questions come through, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
And we're getting right up to that point, so I can go ahead and start rolling with those if you like.
Let's go ahead and roll with those.
Yeah.
I was just going to show the mobile views here, and my screen connect is being a little finicky, so I apologize. But yeah, let's talk about those questions. What do people have out there?
Okay. Let's go ahead and put up that contact slide too, so that way we know that our audience can go ahead and reach out to us.
Sure,
And we can go ahead
absolutely.
and further this engagement. We'll start with the first question. Is this only compatible with iPhone?
Not at all. It's a great question. Great question. I'm using an iPhone because it's free. It was free for me, but I also have an Android phone. It is compatible with the iPhone, with an Android phone. It's compatible with the iPad, with Android tablet, as well as any Windows 10 tablet or device.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to mention that as well. It's perfect. So we've got a couple other questions.
Sure.
It looks like a couple of them may be tied together, but I'm just going to go through them one by one. Saying, do I need to download an app to see the dashboards?
Good question. Yes, you do need to download the app. Again, you can go to the Google Play Store. You can go to the iPhone App Store or the Windows Marketplace, and you can download the mobile. You simply search for the Power BI mobile app, and it'll give you the Power BI logo. It's ad-free. You add it to your phone. It's absolutely free. And once you add it to your phone, you'll need to use your Power BI credentials, which is typically your Active Directory login that's assigned to you to log into it on your mobile device. And as soon as you do that, the same, just like you saw here, the same containers that you have set up, the same workspaces that you have connected on your desktop version are available on your mobile version. And it's pretty real time, depending on your mobile connection, depending on what your signal is like on your mobile. You may have to refresh the screen in order to see those updates, but I can do things on my desktop and they're immediately available on my mobile version as well.
Fantastic. That's great. So can I also build dashboards on my phone?
Oh, can you build dashboards on your phone? That's a great question. I have never tried to build a dashboard on my phone. I know that you can pin them from your phone. You can pin things to a dashboard, but I don't know that you can necessarily change the mobile view, if that makes sense. So the design piece, I believe, is only available through the desktop to change around how that mobile view looks when you pin things to your dashboard. Excuse me. If you have never set up a mobile view for that dashboard, it won't show you a mobile view of your dashboard, if that makes sense. So you can add things to a dashboard, but you cannot design for your mobile version from the mobile version, if that makes sense. So I can pin things to a dashboard for my mobile version. You can always view it in the landscape mode. So that's another great feature of Power BI Mobile is if I am going through my dashboard, if I am going through a report and I pin a visual to my dashboard, I can always see it because I turn my phone just like I did earlier. You can turn your phone and it automatically goes into that landscape mode just like you would see on your computer.
Gotcha. Well, that's a great segue into our next question, talking about viewing dashboards. Do I need a license to view the dashboards that are sent or shared to me?
Yes, you do. That's a great question. I apologize if I glossed over that. Any consumer, anyone who's going to view that report needs to have a license, needs to have a Power BI Pro license at least. Sharing is not supported through the free version. So again, if you're developing a Power BI report and you want to share it with somebody else, it actually is as easy as going in on the app. There's a share, just like you would for most of your other apps. You want to share it with your colleagues. It gives you the options of if you want to share it through messaging or through your email application. You share it, you put who it's to, and it sends them a link that they can actually subscribe to it and access the report from right there. If they do not have a license, if you share it with them, they'll be prompted to get one. So it's very inclusive, or very intuitive in the fact that it will recognize if somebody else has that license. If they go to the app to access content that they don't have that license for, it will prompt them to get it. But again, they do have to have the license. They have to have each consumer that's going to be using that report or viewing the reports, viewing the dashboards, going through the Power BI desktop has to have that Power BI Pro license.
Great. Perfect. Thank you for elaborating on that question.
No problem.
And it looks like, excuse me, it looks like that is the last question that we have. So if there's a couple other key points that you would like to touch on, we can go ahead and do that. If not, we can go ahead and wrap up.
I would love to go through, there's more about the mobile app, making your reports mobile. I would, of course, wanted to show the changes that we made, but my interface just isn't cooperating with me today.
Sure.
But again, all of those things are pretty real time. All those changes I made are immediately viewable in the app. One of the quick things I wanted to talk about, was annotations. That's what I didn't get back to. So as you're viewing your reports or your dashboards, as you're viewing Power BI through your mobile device, one of the icons that you can choose, or one of the options you can choose, is annotations. And you can either go in and draw, or you can actually type a message onto a picture. And basically what it does is it takes a screenshot of that visual that you're on, and it overlays it just like you would draw on a picture, or just like you would type over on a picture. It allows you to annotate it, and then you can share it with your colleagues. So let's say you're looking at a sales report and you notice there's a discrepancy between April and May. Why were our sales so low in May? Or going forward, what are we doing to bring up the sales from August? You can put a note on there and send it to a colleague and share it with them real time. So it's kind of cool. Annotations, the ability to share, the ability for questions and answers from the virtual assistant. It all makes Power BI, and even in the mobile app, it makes it even more powerful to be able to get those insights on the go. So annotations is really kind of the cool thing that's changed my life, being able to share those insights or share those things that you see while you're in those mobile activities, while you're viewing it in the mobile app, being able to share those with your colleagues right away. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Well, if that is the remainder of the information that we're going to cover today, I'll go ahead and wrap it up for us.
Absolutely.
I do appreciate your session, Kenya. It's always informative. Just like your session the other day, man, it was great. So we really appreciate your time. I understand.
Yeah, if they have any
technology
questions,
gave us some issues.
yeah, if anyone has any questions, they can always reach out to me directly. You can get a hold of us at connect@tagunya.com. Any other questions you have about Power BI Mobile or on-premises data gateway or just Power BI in general that come up, please feel free to contact us.
Yes, please. We're always open to have a conversation. We're here essentially to help you as much or as little as you need with any project that you guys come across. So if you guys would like to have a conversation with us, we'd be more than happy to hear from you. If you'd also like to hear about all the other services that Tagunya offers, we'd love to visit with, we'd love to visit with you about that as well. So again, thank you all for joining us this morning, and we hope you have a great rest of the day. Please join us for some of our other sessions that are happening this afternoon. We're going to be going on until about 4 o'clock Central Time, so please come and join us for some of our other sessions. Thank you guys again.